Welcome back students in online computer class. This video is second part of chapter 1 networking concepts. Let's see what we studied in part 1 in the last session. In last session of chapter 1 networking concepts, we read about network in general terms, what is computer network and its examples, and advantages of networking. I hope you must have understood the basics. Now I would like to share the answer of your first assignment given in previous online session. Students, the question was write 3 examples of computer network and the answer is video conferencing. Second, the displays of flight arrival and departure times used at airports. And the third is credit card readers at retail stores. Now, let's start today's session. The topics which I am going to cover in today's session are networking components, in which we will read about wired and wireless networking components. Second, types of network, in which we will read about 5 types of network based upon geographical area, and third, networking architecture. Now let's start our today's session. Students, you can see that this is the image of a road. Like this, we need a road to move from one place to another. In the same way, data requires pathway to move from one system to another system in a computer network. Let's understand this topic by taking an example. Suppose we want to move from Katihar to Mumbai. So, moving from Katihar to Mumbai, we would need a roadway. That will be the path for us to reach Mumbai. That will be our destination. In the same way, data which can be in any form like audio, video, files, etc. requires a pathway to move from one system to another in computer network. Now coming back to the example that we have to go from Katihar to Mumbai, then we will go by road or by train or either by flight. Other than this, we don't have other options. So either we can go by physical path, that means road or train, or by air, means flight. In the same way, data also have two paths. One system to move from one system to another. Data can move either by the use of wires or without the use of wires. When it moves through wire, it is known as wired networking technology, and when it moves without the use of wires, it is known as wireless networking technology. Now I think you must have understood what is the use of networking components in network. Now let's talk about components used in networking technology. There are two types of it. The first one is components used for wired networking and components used for wireless networking. We will first talk about components used for wired networking technology. There are 4 components. The first one is network card. The second one is networking cable. The third one is modem. And the fourth one is hubs or switches. Now let's talk about network card. A network card is used to physically attach a computer to a network so that it can participate in network communication. Ethernet network card is the most commonly used network card. Now students, we will read about networking cable. Modern Ethernet networks use twisted pair cable containing 8 wires. These wires are arranged in a special order. Now moving to the third one, that is modem. A modem enables you to connect your computer to the available internet connection over the existing telephone lines. It converts the digital signals of a computer into analog signal to enable their transmission via phone lines. At the destination, the receiving modem further converts the analog signal into digital signal so that the data can be understood at the receiving end. Now the last component, that is hubs and switches. Network cards are used to send and receive data being transmitted over Ethernet cables. We have already read about it. But network cards are used if we have to connect only two computers. What if we have to connect more than two computers? We cannot directly connect all the computers at a time. So, we would need an interface through which the computers can be connected and the data can be sent and received. This function is performed by a hub or switch. Hubs were the preferred medium in earlier times, but now switches are used because of their better efficiency. Now the function of hub or switch. A hub or switch acts as a central point of connection for all the computers on a network. The function of hub or switch is to arrange the ports in such a way so that if a PC transmits the data is sent over the other computer through the network card. Now let's talk about wireless networking components. The first wireless networking component is wireless network card and the second one is access point or routers. Students, we will talk first about wireless networking cards. These wireless networking cards are used instead of the normal network cards that are used in the wired networks. Most computers, laptops come with the inbuilt wireless network cards nowadays. Radio signals, Bluetooth or infrared rays are used for transferring data, therefore Ethernet cable is not required. The second one is access point or routers. Access point or routers are used instead of hubs or switches. They have a wireless antenna which increases the communication range of radio signals, Bluetooth or infrared rays. Now let's see the types of network. Students, there are 5 types of networks based upon the geographical area covered, which is used worldwide. The first one is PAN, PAN, and the full form of PAN is Personal Area Network. The second one is LAN, LAN. The full form of LAN is Local Area Network. The third is CAN and its full form is Campus or Cluster Area Network. The fourth one is MAN, that is Metropolitan Area Network, and the last one is WAN, which stands for Wide Area Network. Now let's start the explanation of these networks one by one, and we will start with PAN, that is Personal Area Network. PAN is a computer network that is mainly created for an individual person. It is used for communication among devices such as laptops, mobile phones, PDA or smartphones. Personal area network can either be wired or wireless and generally covers a range of less than 10 meters. This network can be used to transfer files including emails, calendar appointments, digital photos and music. Students, PAN is used by every individual person nowadays. Let's take an example of you all. You would have been shared your photos or some song or some video from your own computer to your phone, or from your one Android mobile to your friend's Android mobile. This sharing of data from one device to another device is comes under this personal area network. Now moving to the second one, that is LAN, local area network. LAN, in LAN, two or more computers and peripheral devices are connected within a small area such as room, office building or a campus. In local area network, computer terminals are physically connected with wires. Since LAN is operated in a small area, it can be controlled and administrated by single person or an organization. Now students, the third one is CAN, that is cluster area network or campus area network. It is a network which comprises of series of small LAN over a small geographical area, like a college campus or someone's school campus. The next kind of network is MAN, that is metropolitan area network. MAN is a larger network than LAN and CAN. Since it covers a city, it is called metropolitan network. The most common example is cable television, branches of a local bank in a city, etc. And the last one is WAN, wide area network. Now, this type of network connects two or more computers located at distant places. They are linked by communication facilities like telecommunication or satellite signals. The most common example of WAN type network is telecom system. The usage of WAN is limited to very large organizations and government agencies. The main characteristics of WAN is that it requires a public communication media to transfer data. Now, the example of WAN can be internet in a large multinational company or the ATM facility. Now, students, now we will talk about network architecture. Network architecture means how a computer network is configured or an overall design of computer in a network. So, we can define network architecture as an overall design of a computer network that describes how a computer network is configured and what strategies are being used. Students, if we talk about network architecture, then it is of two types: client server network and peer to peer network. In client server network, there are several computers which are called clients or workstations that are connected to the main computer called the server. Now, server is a computer that provides services to clients and controls access to hardware, software, and other resources. Talking about clients or workstations, these are the computers which request services like data retrieval, storage, etc. from the server. Now, the second type of network architecture is peer-to-peer network. It is a network where a few computers having equal capacity and capabilities are connected together to use the resources available on the network. In peer-to-peer network, there is no central server. Instead of it, each computer can act as a server as well as client. This was the last topic of today's session, students. Now, based upon today's session, there is a homework for you all. Answer these questions. The first one is differentiate between LAN and MAN. The second one is explain client server network. The third is define server, and the last one is what are the functions of hubs or switches. The answer of it I will discuss in next online session of computer. The answers of which these questions are already discussed in today's session. So please complete the homework and send it to my email ID till Friday 5 p.m. in the evening. And the email ID is provided in your welcome note. Thank you for listening to me patiently.